Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about how easy it is to change the driving lights on a 6th gen Camaro. Specifically, this one happens to be an SS. It's super easy. Don't worry, we're going to walk you through the whole thing.
I wanna taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat, but I never back down. Man, I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fame. And she look better in bed. And I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
All right, and of course I thought I was going to outsmart this by just pulling the inner fender liner out, which is still like a dozen screws, but it doesn't really work. I guess if you were a contortionist, you could get in here to get them out. This is it right here. It has its own module on the back. But there's a screw here. There's another one, I believe, right up here. And then one more that's really hard to get to in the front. So getting it out this way is not really feasible. Maybe if you had really tiny hands, you could do it. I don't. So the next option is to pull the bumper cover off this bad boy, or the entire front bumper assembly. There's a lot of screws. It's a pain. But honestly, it's the only way to get to it. You can't pop it out from the front. So what we're gonna do is, I'll kind of show you what I did so far and what's required to take it out. All right, guys, you're gonna need to get yourself a T15 Torx and a T20 Torx for these fasteners right here that attach to the, at least, you don't take the whole fender liner out, but just the ones that attach to the bumper cover itself. And they are 2 different sizes. These are one size, and I believe, I can't remember which one, but there's another one that's a different size. At least on this car there was. You're gonna take off these lower air dam pieces as well as all these fasteners across the front, which are 7mm. Then I believe there's a couple 10s, and we're gonna pull this splash guard off the bottom. It takes everything off the bottom, and then once you get those off, turn the light back on. There's 1, 2, 3 more screws on each side that actually hold this fender to the bumper cover. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking out all these T15, T20 Torx and the 7mm across the bottom, and I'll check back in with you. Yes, this can be done in your driveway. It is easier with a lift. At the very least, you're gonna wanna take the tires off and jack this thing up so you can get it in and around it. See how fast things go when you have fast forward? No, we got all the 7mm fasteners out of the front with the splash shields. And on this side, I had taken apart just the 3 T15s over here. And I think it's enough to pull it back to get to, let me put some light on it, so you can see, because that's a big complaint of a lot of people on videos. Right there, there's 1, 2, 3 fasteners there. And I think on the top, under the hood, we gotta get some fasteners as well. And in theory, this whole thing should pull out after that. In theory. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo the side ones, then we'll lower it down, pop the hood, and get the ones from the top. All right, see how easy that was in fast forward? I got a lift, I'm using it, so here it is. You actually pull the inner fender out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the T15s right here. Then you have your fasteners across the bottom, which are the 7mm. That's the baby we're getting to right there, and that screw is so nice and easy to get to. However, the other ones are not. What else you got is the 3 7mm right here, okay, that are holding the bottom section of this bumper on. The upper section is 1, 2, 3, 4 more 7mm that run right up here along the headlight. Those have to come out as well. Then we got to get to the top. Again, you don't need a lift. However, I have one. Yeah, I'm going to use it. All right, I just discovered something that could save a lot of time. Now, you can still pull the entire bumper cover off. However, once you undo these 3 7mm and the 1, 2, 3, 4 along the top here, this bumper cover actually pulls out right here, and you achieve your gap by the fender. By doing that, that one fastener, which is right up, let me turn the light on again, right in there, you can see that one fastener right behind the wire that I've already taken out. That's the hardest one to get to, and I was able to get to it with just a little pull on this, maybe an assistant. Then you have that one there, and then one more in the top. I'm gonna go ahead and take these 3 screws out and unplug it and see if this assembly comes out, or do we have to take the whole thing out? I'm not sure. And the answer is yes, you can. So with a little persuasion, just holding the bumper cover out like this, you can use an assistant to kind of pull it out a little bit for you. You don't take this whole thing off. That's a time saver. This thing popped out. The hardest part is where the upper bracket, so the top piece right there, hits this piece of fender brace right there. But as long as you're pulling this out and you have someone on the inside, you can kind of like whoop, and then drop it down. It's not that bad. I mean, it still took some time and a lot of fasteners, but I'm gonna throw the new one in there and be sure that is the problem. Because there's also another common problem with these things, and that's the module that runs these off the headlights. That goes bad as well. I don't think that's the case, but let's try it. All right, guys, now with any part, the new one is right here on the left and the factory one's right here on the right. You always want to do a comparison of your two to make sure that your fasteners and everything is lined up, as well as the connector and the plug, how it goes, such as this one and the backing and everything else kind of lines up and kind of matches, and it does. However, as you can probably tell by looking at it, this is just an aftermarket one. The customer supplied these. I don't even know where they came from or anything, so we're gonna go with it and give it a plug in and see how it goes, but keep in mind with aftermarket parts, it is what it is. All right, guys, so in a nutshell, the good news is we were able to find a workaround in order to get this driving light assembly changed out, and putting it back in is exactly the same. You just pop that back in and get all your fasteners back. However, it still don't work. So I mentioned that module that drives these daytime running lights. Well, now we have to dig deeper, and it looks like it is the module. I believe it's just connected to the headlight itself, and it is a separate assembly, but we got to dig into it. All right, guys, I think we'll wrap that video up. As far as replacing or getting to your daytime running lights on a 6th gen Camaro, you can get to it without pulling your entire bumper off. For those folks that are just looking to get to these and replace them, that's all you have to do. And then reverse order putting your fasteners back in. It's that simple. However, we're going to dive deeper into the light not working and the power situation and all that on a separate video. So we're not, combining these all into one long video when someone only wants to see the replacement and then someone wants to see the troubleshooting. So check out the other video if you want to further troubleshoot this. All right, just a quick update. This video isn't all about the actual troubleshooting of the daytime running lights. It was just how you get at them and how you replace them. But I just kind of wanted to show you real quick where we're at. It ended up being a break in the harness itself. 2 bad spots in the harness right here is the reason why that daytime running light was not working. So it goes to show you never know what is causing some of these problems. Common or not, that right there, as far as I'm concerned, is not common. It would have been more common to have the housing, the fixture go bad, or the module go bad, or something like that. In this case, it was not it. They were fine. However, I ended up having, as you can see, to pull the whole bumper assembly off anyway, because we needed to get to that bad wire, which is fine. But you can change these daytime running lights without pulling the entire bumper off. That was the key. Take care, guys. Scott, Flip and Customize.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.